Okay, we're over here at GoToMath.com working some algebra. Let's go down to, what are we doing? Absolute value equations. Just forgot what was going on there. I need to program that stuff. 8.2, I believe. That's what we're working on. Find the solutions to the equation right in numerical order from smallest to largest. Okay. So let's go ahead and spend a second here and write this down. 10x minus 3 over 17 is equal to 41. So this is kind of a quiz on doing fractions and reducing fractions. And I should also state that this fraction here may not be completely reduced, so you'll want to do that. Okay. Alright. Let's get over here and work on that. So we have the absolute value of 10x minus 3 over 17, let's close that up, is equal to 41. So of course the first thing we want to do here is drop the absolute value bars. So we have 10x minus 3 over 17 is equal to 41. And then go ahead now and take this 3 over 17 over to the right hand side. So we have 10x is equal to 41 plus 3 over 17. And now we'll want to get all that into one single fraction there. And I'm just going to go ahead and do I need to do that for you? I don't know. We'll do some side work up here. How's that? So we have 41 plus 3 over 17. So we're going to want to get a common denominator, and of course there's a 1 right here. So that means that let's multiply this side by 17 over 17. Remember, 17 over 17 is just 1. And then what do we need to multiply this side by? Well, nothing, because 17 times 1 is 17. And therefore we have a 17 as a denominator under this fraction. And now we have a 17 under this fraction here. And so we just need to multiply 17 times 41. So pretty much that simple, right? So 17 times 41 plus 3. Let's see, let me do that in my head. I think I got that 697 plus 3, and that's going to be a nice 700 over 17. Alright. So this is going to end up reducing to 700 over 17, and then we have 10x. Okay, so we want to take this 10 diagonally down. Now look at here. Before we multiply that 10 times that 17, if you have 10 times 17, look, 10 goes into 700 7 times, or 70 times actually. So this thing here is gonna actually reduce down, isn't it? A little bit anyway. Okay, so 70 times, we have x is equal to 70 over 17. Okay, alright, so we didn't write that other equation down, did we? It's okay. So we dropped the absolute value bars. We wrote equals 41, but now we got to do it again. So 10x minus 3 over 17 is equal to, but this time it's negative 41, right? Negative 41. Okay. So we end up with 3 over 17 minus 41, and we have the 10x over here, right? We just took the 3 over 17 over to the right, and it becomes positive. So now we want to go ahead and get this all into one single fraction here, and so that means we're going to take the 17, multiply it by the 41, add the tops. So we have 3 minus 41 times 17. We're going to skip a few steps there, and then of course divide that by 17, and we get a nice lovely number there is negative 694 over 17. And of course we still have the 10x here, okay? So we go ahead and take that 10 diagonally down. So we have x is equal to negative 694 over 10 times 17. So we want to make sure this will reduce down, and I know 2 goes into this number and into that number. So we know that this thing is going to end up reducing down maybe just a little bit anyway. All right. Okay. So we end up with x is equal to negative 347 over 85. Okay, 10 goes into that. Let's see, 2 goes into 5. 5 is 85, yeah. Alright. So here's our two solutions. Now remember, you can always check those by taking them and bringing them up over here, plugging them in, and this side should equal 41. And if it doesn't, then that means that that solution is not correct. Alright. So let's remember our numbers here, 7 over 17 and negative 347 over 85. Negative 347 over 85 and 70 over 17. Right? Is that right? Yeah, 70 over 17. Okay, and I'll let you go ahead and plug those in right there. Okay, so we're over here at gotomath.com. Come on by, practice. See you later.